what the fuck?
What the fuck is going on? Like,
Girl, what the fuck?
like I really don't know. Like,
Girl, what the fuck? You're tuned into the Girl What the Fuck podcast, but I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and how to navigate this bullshit that we call life.
What's up, y'all? My name is Asia, and you're tuned in to another episode of the Girl What the Fuck podcast, where we're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in this bullshit that we call life. My name is Asia.
And I'm Symone.
And we're here with...
Mr.Duffy, what's the deal?
We here with Mr. Duffy, you know, in his bag always.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Having a beautiful, blessed Sunday.
Yeah.
Went to church, feeling good. Got me some smoothie in my system.
Where you get your smoothie from?
Kroger, they had a good little 2 for $5 special.
Oh, I know that's right. We love a deal.
I'm telling you. And you got to use your Kroger Plus points. Shout out to my grandma.
Very grandma.
So, Mr. Duffy,
Yep.
what do you do? Can you tell us about Duffy Enterprises?
Absolutely. So I am a community relations consultant. So currently self-employed, but I also have other streams of income, whether that be like just hustling on the side, picking up part-time jobs. Been doing that for the last 5 years. So my 5-year anniversary is in January. So it's been a long journey. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. Definitely have my days where it's like, girl, what the fuck, as you would say.
Yeah.
For me, it started off with social media. I've been going viral since I was in like middle school, early high school.
Yeah.
From just doing
My boy was on the Shade Room.
Yeah, I've been on Shade Room for sure. Been on there a couple times. World Star, Shade Room, couple news outlets, and over time I just had a knack for just using my personality and my personal brand to engage with the audience, both digitally but then in person. Especially going to college, Michigan State, that was like one of the biggest catapults of my career, both from a social standpoint but also professionally. Hosting parties, hosting a workshop, and then still being able to have the mode of being Duffy, being me, being myself. And so the community relations agency, that pretty much started in 2020. Prior to the pandemic is when I started the Duffy Enterprise, so January 2020. And then it started with a classroom called Develop with Duffy. And I used my knowledge in social media, going viral, marketing. And then that turned over into me getting my first client. Then 5 years later, being able to be at Forbes 30 Under 30 events, being able to host different community relations events, working with the NFL Draft Week, Sound Mind, Sound Body, their 20th year anniversary, just continuously to elevate myself, but then teaching other people how to ideate, build, and scale. That's essentially what my company does. We specialize in architecting ideas into impact. The same way you would think about building a house is the same way you want to build your brand, build your business brick by brick.
That's what's up.
Appreciate that.
That's really awesome that you really do that. Yeah.
You know, it took a lot of
Take a lot to run your own business. I tried. I quit. 3 months.
Like you said, he said the strong-minded.
You started, so.
Yeah, I started. And I finished.
I'm fucking screaming. All right, so on the Girl What the Fuck podcast, we also talk about what the fuck is going on in the world.
Yes.
And y'all know that I love TikTok again.
Of course.
I love TikTok, and I
you should
get
be
all of
scrolling
my
on TikTok,
news from TikTok. So
I'm on there as well.
yeah, so I'm not sure if y'all heard about the Crumbl cookie situation that happened over in Australia.
Okay,
What?
enlighten us a little bit.
Okay, so first of all, Crumbl cookie is only sold in the U.S., so
Okay.
it's not sold anywhere else outside.
Okay.
And they promoted a Crumbl cookie pop-up in Sydney, Australia.
Okay.
And everyone was so excited for this pop-up. Like, wow, we see all the Americans trying these cookies. They said they were so good. You know, we want to try these cookies, right?
Okay.
So they had the dates planned. They had the space. And people was like standing in line for hours waiting on these cookies, right? First of all, y'all ever had a Crumbl cookie?
I love Crumbl cookie.
How much do Crumbl cookies cost?
Like $7 for 3.
Per cookie?
Yeah, $6-7. They were charging these people.
Like per box or something?
No, it's per box. $7.
Okay.
If you get 3 of them, it's $7 for the box.
Okay. Yep. So they were charging people $17 per cookie.
You lying.
I swear.
Was it American dollars?
Somebody from Detroit had something to do with it.
No, it wasn't
American
It wasn't
dollars?
American dollars, but once you did the conversion, it was like maybe $20 American versus I don't know what their money is over there, but yeah. So they was charging them that.
Okay, so okay.
Right.
so
Keep that in mind.
$17,
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
These folks waiting in line hours for these cookies. They get the cookies. They like, these cookies stale. They hard. You know, we don't know what the fuck going on with this. This is not good. These are not the reactions we were expecting to have. Like everybody said they so good. So
Why didn't you make sure the cookies was good?
Listen. So the
$17,
people,
that's a get off.
listen, the people came out and said, we're not actually Crumbl cookie. We're fans of Crumbl cookie. We flew over. We flew over to America and we got 300 pounds of the cookies and brought them back to Sydney.
They out here moving bowls or the crumbles.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's
They
wild.
brought them back.
That's silly.
And they said, yeah, we're just fans of Crumbl cookie. First of all, you could get sued for that. You're
Imagine
selling
that.
other people's
100%.
products. and
Imagine that.
saying that you're Crumbl.
And the fact it's on TikTok, now it's global.
Yeah.
Lawsuit.
Like, because it was a red flag, number one, because Crumbl didn't put nothing about it on their main like pages. Like, it was just only Crumbl Sydney. That's what the TikTok was. It wasn't no Instagrams or nothing. It was just a TikTok that said Crumbl Sydney.
They made a fan page.
Yeah, they made a fan page.
That's kinda
and
smart.
shipped the cookies back.
300 pounds to be exact.
Well, I think it had to be more than that. Then they said, after people was complaining and shit, everybody on the TikToks commenting like, you can't do that. They're saying, we're just fans and we're just selling the cookies. And the reason why the cookies are so high is because we had to ship all the cookies back. And then we had to pay for the flights and the accommodations. And we also had to pay for the employees. Y'all hire motherfuckers for this shit?
Man.
Y'all got workers?
They worse than who was that Ja Rule when he had did the scam for the trip?
What was that?
I think it was Ja Rule. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
What when he made up that he was having like a big concert. And
Oh, the Fire Fest.
The fire, yeah.
That wasn't Ja Rule. That was some white guy. I forgot his name.
No, he was in it. no, I swear.
What was the nigga name?
He was-
Production looked that up. Fire
No,
Fest.
they ended up getting. I think it was Ja Rule who put his name. He stamped his name on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. They had a whole Netflix documentary
Yeah, that
about
was a
that.
documentary. Yeah, I'm like, they acting like them though. Like that was a scam.
My
A
thing
big
is-
scam.
My thing is, and then they shut it down for the next day. They talking about, the remainder of the cookies aren't to par, so we're gonna go fly back to
Yeah,
America.
it was Ja Rule.
That's crazy.
It was him. He
Fire
was
Festival was a luxury
yes,
organized by Billy McFarland, an American businessman whose enterprise
yes.
characterized by fraud, and the American rapper Ja Rule.
Ja Rule. I'm telling y'all.
Y'all, I just
Okay.
listen. Y'all need to stop scamming these folks out their damn money. It's just it's
had
other
nowhere to
ways to get
stay.
money, bro.
It had
Start a
nowhere
fucking business.
Detroit go see this like Australia sound like a great market.
Dummies.
Listen, my thing is, and then after they exposed them, people was still getting in line to get these damn stale ass cookies.
That's the funny part, because like once you said 17 a cookie and they still was getting the sales off, I'm like, yeah, this gotta be. Because I guess they ain't never had it, so the fact that it's like, oh, it's a U.S. product that we getting over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit is just fucking insane to me. That shit's sad, to be honest. So, Andre,
Yo.
I know you personally have dealt with a lot of mental health issues, and you have talked publicly about, what you go through. Can you tell the viewers about, what you go through right now?
Yeah. So for me, I'm a huge mental health advocate, and it's something that it's not like I'm gonna just openly just talk about like, hey, I'm diagnosed. It's like, that's not like the start of conversation for me. It's more so something that I honor because it's a part of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, my specific diagnosis happened to be between bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. So I'm very comfortable talking about it in certain settings just because it's my story.
Right.
And sometimes people are ignorant to like the labels, but they aren't educated on the actual diagnosis themselves. So like the labels are one thing, but then when you actually understand like the actual psychological happenings behind them, you get a better understanding of that there are people who are very functional with those type of disorders and diagnoses, but you would never know. I'm very connected to the creative community and the creative economy in Detroit, and I met a lot of phenomenal people who we share experiences of our similar diagnosis or something different, but up under that umbrella of mental health awareness. So it allowed me to just honestly like take down a new layer of myself, and that I honestly wouldn't say I was hiding, but it get difficult to manage after a while, especially I'm 4 years into, my treatment and everything between psychiatry, therapy, physical rehabilitation. Now, physical rehabilitation is different for other people, like not like rehab, but it could be physically like, for me, I'm sobriety. That's one thing. That's a form of like physical rehabilitation because it's like your body and your mind goes through certain habits, withdrawals, all of those things, depending on what your vice was. So for me, it was smoking and drinking. So I no longer like decide to partake in that, but at the same time, it has allowed me to just have a lot more clarity, understanding of myself. I'm 26 and then I'm closer to 30 than I am 18. So it's kind of like, you battle with the society norms and you got your spiritual, life and strength. And so for me, the mental aspect is just making sure that anything that's going on up here is positive, is functioning, and it's allowing me to be the best version of me. And I think that I like to talk about it just because I'm a black man in Detroit and we struggle a lot with mental health. It's not talked about. And I think the conversation should be made a little bit more open for people who may or may not know that they struggle with it. I think the black community alone, those diagnoses are like the top two that we're, along with ADHD, we're prone to get diagnosed. But that's also a little bit of inequities. Why is it that the black community is always bipolar, ADHD, and schizophrenia? But then you look at other, communities, their diagnosis stems from like childhood trauma, being black in general. Then they just slap that label and it's like, oh, okay, you're angry, you're bipolar. It's like, no, like that child needs a little bit of at-home assistance. They struggle with learning, they struggle with reading.
Right.
So it's like the byproduct could be the diagnosis, but the root of it is he doesn't know how to read. So the frustration comes out in other things. So it's like all of those things. You talk about social emotional learning, social emotional competencies. You talk about psychology. Like those are some of the areas that I'm starting to like educate myself on. I've been in like 5 to 6 different type of psychiatric or seizure units. So that has allowed me to have one-on-one experience. Like I know it's like on the inside.
Yeah.
And then being able to function in the quote unquote real world, I've seen so many different intersectionalities of people to the point where I'm like, you know what? We all got a little something in us. Whether you want to admit it or not, whether it's depression, anxiety, worrying, there's something mentally that we either go through or trying to understand about ourselves. So for me, I just like to use my personal brand and my story as a way to like inspire other people to be like, look, it's cool. I'll talk about it, but I don't want nobody to walk up on me like, hey, ain't you like diagnosed? I'm like, whoa, hold on, relax. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've had that happen before, but it's like, I understand it, but at the same time, I'm cognizant enough to handle myself and my emotions better than I was before. So I'm happy to have the growth. Sometimes it's hard to even admit it because I ain't gonna lie, I deal from black man syndrome. Like I gotta have this, I gotta cross these T's, dot these I's, check these boxes financially, materialistically, because you want to be the provider, but at the same time, like you look at the baby boomer era versus, our era.
Going crazy.
So it's two different.
Somebody go over there and say, can you turn it down just for like an hour, bro? See, you keep turning that shit up.
Going crazy on there. Like he trying to like this shit.
Probably
Yeah. What else? What part is now?
Oh, we're about to ask questions.
Oh, that's question yet?
You can.
I guess I'm gonna wait till you get the.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
All right. So, like, how did you, I guess, like, figure out that, you had, like, mental health problems?
So there's 2 instances. So one was in 2017 where I was in a relationship at that time, and I think I had gotten to it with my girl who I was with, and I ended up punching the shit out of the wall. Like almost, I messed up my knuckle. I don't know what happened. I didn't go to the doctor, but I just ended up like kind of like wrecking my room, and I just punched it out of the wall. And after that, once I punched the wall and the pain started to set in, I'm like, ooh, this kind of hurt. And then I'm like, why did you just punch the wall? And that was my first time going to CAPS, counseling and psychiatric services at Michigan State. And I talked to like my first clinical psychiatrist, and then we talked. And then that was like my first run in. And then after that, I would say 2020, when I went through like that was like my last breakup. That kind of like was what led me to kind of like going to see me further psychiatric evaluation. Shout out to Dr. Goose. He was my psychiatrist at the time. We met, he was a black man, and we just talked about like emotions, anger, relationships. So 2017 to 2020, when I kind of like started to like understand and deal with it a little bit, but I didn't get diagnosed until August of 2020, post the toxic like breakup, whatever you call it. And then that was like a tough time, like between, and for, most of college students at that time. We were going through sexual assault cases. We were going through domestic violence. And then at that point in time, every man's ego, pride, brand was on like answer the door. On the chocolate block. So it was like I had my own fair share of like I guess it's a public humiliation or being dragged, whatever. And so that kind of like led to like more drinking, smoking, more unintentional relationships, you know. And it just spirals out of control. Like you get to a point where it's like you don't even know yourself when you're in that mode, in that mix. Like, especially when it comes like weed. Like that was like my advice. I was smoke, drinking less of like smoking, man. What I'm talking about, I got two woods just to prepare for the session. No, for real. Ain't gonna lie, yeah. But no, it was between like 2017 and 2020, and then 2020, therefore, I just didn't think like that was a better music.
It seems like a lot of black men that I run into, they always like smoke to like deal with their mental. Yeah, sure. Like I don't really see them like drinking. I be like.
I feel like those are always see them though. Like
I always see them smoking. I feel like they smoke so much.
It's so I'm gonna cut your wisdom off. There's actual so for smoking is chronic. So for me, mine was like chronic schizophrenia, chronic, coming from heavy cannabis usage. So this kind of like more the scientific side of it. Our brain has like chemicals and neurons that go into it. Weed is like one of those things that seduces like certain things of like the nervous system. So like you smoke terpenes in the weed, and I learned all of that just by like doing research. But mainly for like black people, it can be addictive because you get used to that comfort. Like I would smoke just to like, if I'm stressed out, if I'm mad, I just smoke. I'm hungry, I'm gonna smoke before I eat. And I know after I eat, I'm gonna go to sleep. That becomes like a habit over time. And then for me, I didn't realize the habit got so bad until you realize like the pockets is getting depleted. You realize you can't function as much as you want to if you don't have a leading system because you become balanced. The more you smoke, it's in your system. It's like you honestly,
your body depends on it at that
become regulatory. So the hard part, honestly, because I had some relapses where I got off of it, and then I think for me, like the first couple of days, like cold sweats, heat, and then just like the urge, like I want to smoke. But then after a while, that's where treatment comes into play. When you are in the psychiatric unit, and I speak highly of the psychiatric unit because there's been a lot of like downplay on it. Because you think of psychiatric unit, you think of white jacket, arms folded up. Like I have seen that, but that's when you talk about high risk. But for me, it's more so like you don't know what you have to value until it's no longer with you. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest thing is like time and like your life. So it's like when you're in those units, they really there is no weed, there is no alcohol, and you get a regulatory diet 3 times, and so it really rehabilitates you. But then the hard part is like when you get back to society, it's like everything is at your disposal again. It's like you have to choose what you know.
Some people don't even know. Like I have a guy friend, and he likes get really, really sick. Like and it's like I think it's like a withdrawal type of thing, or I really don't know. But like he gets like the same thing you're saying, like cold sweats, like can't like the only thing that feels good is like really, really hot showers. Like it's like I don't really, is that a withdrawal? Like what is it called? I don't know what it's called. It's called a withdrawal. It's only withdrawal from weed. So now I remember I was telling my friends, I'm like, yeah, he's sick, They're like, girl, he must be doing something other than weed. Like, and I looked it up, and that's a real thing. Like, you can have withdrawals from weed. Like, can't eat, like nothing.
I mean,
like
that's with anything, honestly. Like even with alcohol too. Like when alcoholics go through, when they try to go cut things off.
Cold turkey. I don't recommend cold turkey though. I say like dose. Like cold turkey was. See, that's the thing. Going cold turkey sometimes is necessary.
It can harm you. Yeah, it can harm you. Like I had a substance abuse class. That makes me stay out of touch. And we watched it, and we watched something, and the lady was like it was doing more harm to her not to have like no liquor or whatever. And I didn't even know you could be addicted to liquor like that. Like she was drinking like a 5th a day, like from when time she woke up to she went to sleep. A 5th. I'm telling y'all, like
That's not funny.
That's
I
crazy.
swear to God. And then she had like her family's like, yeah, you just need to stop drinking and all of this. And then when she like tried to do it, like it was like fucking her up.
There was this girl, I follow this freaking page. I've been following them for a long time. It's on YouTube and they do like interviews with addicts and like pimps and all. I forgot the name of that damn thing, but it's really good. And it was this girl who went viral. She was a crackhead and she was addicted to crack for a long ass time. And they got to the point where everybody had like a GoFundMe set up to like get this girl clean. So they put her in rehab and she ended up dying in rehab from withdrawal. Yeah. Because it was just like, she was just so fucked up.
Yeah, the thing like it's something that she needs in her body because her body is so used to having.
So about Bloomberg too. She was looking good for a minute, then all of a sudden she just has.
She been on it too long.
Yeah.
System.
So during this time of year, fall to be specific, fall and winter, it gets colder, gets darker. You know, we get a little more sad. We feel, you know, different because of the weather. How do you cope with the sad season? You know, right now.
A cookie?
Yeah.
Oh.
You prepared. Snacks. That's how you cope.
I'm gonna open but I got 2 more though.
I like chocolate chip.
So what kind of snacks do you like? Do you make your own snacks? You just buy them? Or you just
He go to Kroger. He got that Kroger card.
Oh, you do?
So.
But no, for real. Working out and snacking has been like 2 vices, positive vices. I think losing the weight definitely helped, but then my metabolism started to speed up so much to the point where I could snack like I wanted. I'm not gonna say I'm a big back, but I have big back symptoms. And you can feel.
Snacks. I hate snacks.
I love them.
You know, I'm not a snacker. I'd rather eat a whole meal.
Me too. I don't go to the store. I don't go get chips, candy, and all that. My sister, she does.
Bro, I'm fucking around my house. She talking about, girl, we got no snacks.
That's my mama.
No, we got no goddamn snacks. You want some meat?
Yeah. I'm not a snacker. I don't go to the grocery store. I go get meats.
But for with snacking, working out, I journal. I do a lot of poetry. Poetry is something that I'm very big on. And then obviously weather permits, I like to bike. So those like a combination of things that I like to do. And poetry is something like I'm very, very big on. I'm going to create my own poetry book. It's gonna come out.
Okay.
So I'm putting that out there. Yeah, that's snaps. But yeah, I think like seasonal depression is real. So definitely.
This is a little off topic. Did y'all see the guy who just killed himself? And
Lucas?
yes, he was from Detroit.
Content creator.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he started with, and he was on the phone with his girlfriend when he shot himself.
No, I didn't hear about it.
Yes, and that's why black men need to definitely like tune into like their inner feelings because I think he had said like he was on his way to her or something like that. So like he was like we both won, but she wasn't there. Like she was out of town or something. And so he was like, okay, well he just did it on the phone her like so she could hear it. And yeah, he passed away. He was our age and everything. He was one of the first people to like. Them takes what was it? Vine.
Yeah,
it was Vine. Yeah, he was one of the and Darius or Dario, yeah.
It's sad. Damn, I don't know. The girlfriend's on the phone and stuff.
It's all over the internet. She spoke about it.
Yes. I've experienced seasonal depression more times than I can count, especially
in college. Shit.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Bruh, college was just, don't even get me started on that
worst.
shit. Listen, but me personally, like I'm a lot better than where I was. Working out is my main thing. Like I have to go to the gym or I'm not gonna feel good about anything. Like I have to. It just makes me just feel way better. Cooking is another thing. I love to like try new recipes and just, eat. I guess I don't like snacking, but I like to eat. So
For sure. No, cooking is definitely.
and that's why I can't get rid of this tummy now because I like to eat. So yeah.
I think I really don't be depressed a lot. I was depressed one time. And I didn't even notice it. I think you the one who told me. Remember, it was like my senior year and I just wasn't going to class. Like, I just wasn't leaving. Like, I would not leave my room at all. But I was going through a breakup at the time. But I didn't do nothing. Like, literally, like, if I did go to class, I wasn't doing my homework. like nothing. I didn't even know what it was. Like, and then she had told me like, girl, I think you depressed or something. I'm like, why you not going to class? I'm like, I don't know. But mine is like working. Like,
Oh, you gotta stay busy.
I have to stay busy. Like, I noticed that like at the time when we was going through that breakup, like I wasn't working. Like the only thing I had was I was going to school. So, but I don't know. It's like working. It's like, that's my coping mechanism. Like everybody was like, why you work so much? Why you work so much? But like, I don't really think about like the outside life when I'm working. Like I'm just working, making my money, and money makes me happy. So, you know, like that's probably why I'm never like in a funk, you know? Like if I could, right now I could, well not, just edit this part out. But right now, like I'm talking to somebody, like if we stopped talking, like I probably wouldn't even, I would care for sure, but just off the fact that I got 2 jobs, it's like, it wouldn't even like
Affect
fuck
you,
with me, like for real. Like, you know, like, what? No, it would fuck with me. Like, okay.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
She just said ball up top, bro.
No. He gonna watch this and think like, damn, no. Like, I would be fucked up for sure. But
I get what
I'm
you
saying
mean.
is that like it probably wouldn't hit as hard as like one of my first breakups when, you know, I didn't really have jobs and things like that. So that's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get what you mean for sure.
You have your time prioritized for yourself more so than like the next person, which is honestly what we all should do. Like loving on yourself more.
Yep. Yeah. And speaking on loving on yourself, you know, Sweetest Day is coming up. You have a sweetie?
No.
No?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, at all.
Okay, dang.
I ain't gonna lie.
So-
I'm oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I choose not to date right now. Like,
Oh, okay.
that's just by choice. Like, I'm not ready. I was like, and I say that because
You're not even talking to nobody?
no.
You're not smacking them? It's like, no.
No, I mean, like, I know, like,
Yeah, I get. Okay, yeah.
Like, I'm at the point where like my friends make fun about it. Like, I'm just like, I'm mature enough to understand. One, I value myself, my time, as well as my personal growth more so than a relationship. Now, if a woman sees the value in me and she's willing to kind of like match that like level of like journey with me, all right, cool. But I have yet to actually like tell that to a woman. Like, do I got interest in women that I like? Of course, you feel me? I for sure got like, you feel me? Like I got like a queue at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not out here just like, you know, shooting in the field.
Yeah.
Because one, I also look at the landscape that we live in, right? I'm one from Detroit, and then also I already know the type of women that I'm attracted to, quote unquote, like the high value women or like the women who truly can like match my energy, like spiritually and like emotionally, educationally, all of that. They're not willing to minimize their lifestyle while you get yourself together. Now, there are some women who will take you full value for who you are at your moment in time. And you should, I think, I'm learning to kind of like lead with that approach, but I just choose not to date. It's just something that I'm not ready for it. And love is like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been scarred by love so much. I'm like, you know what? I gotta take my time. Like, I don't want to rush into something.
Do you fall in love fast? Like, what's going on?
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, because I love intentionally.
Yeah.
Like if I start dating a woman, I'm like, hey, you know, like I'm like, you know, I'm like claiming you like in the next 2-3 weeks, like. Hope you know that. Because at that
you
point,
date to marry, like
yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Like I date for with the intentions of like, hey, we about to build something. I'm 26, like I'm about to be 30 in 3.5 years. Like, come on, man, what are we doing? Literally, chill out. So for me,
You was about to chill out, nigga. I'm about to be 28 in a couple months.
I'll be 27 next Monday.
Okay, you feel me? Happy belated birthday. Well, happy soon to be birthday.
Soon to be birthday, yeah.
Got you. Tell you again.
Yeah, I mean, I get it though. Like, you got to be serious about this shit. Nah, it's like we ain't got time to be wasting.
Ain't got
Literally.
no time.
Like, no.
Now, at the same time, sometimes the streets do be fun.
The streets be calling you?
They don't be calling me, but
I
the
can hear the
voicemails
streets
do be
calling.
coming.
You gotta be looking outside, like outside, looking like outside.
I'm changing. You know.
I can hear the streets calling.
Okay, so for the viewers, like we're gonna have ladies viewing this, and they might want to know, like, what should they get their sweetie? Like, what would you think would be a good gift?
A good gift for like a man.
Yeah.
For Sweetest Day.
I know for me right now, if I had a sweetie, definitely like obviously like, you know, come to game systems, that's always one. But for real, ladies, I ain't gonna lie, I'm cool with socks, drawers.
Oh, whatever.
Fellas, how much a 5-pack cost? That's a 20 ball.
If a girl come with that, y'all gonna be like, this, y'all gonna be in that chat like this bitch just gave me.
I ain't finished. So look, I will say tickets to certain games are definitely like very good. For me, I'm not gonna speak for myself, but guys definitely like shoes. Fits. Never could go wrong with a fit.
I'm not buying no man no shoes. They gonna walk right out
your life.
I don't care. My auntie told me and I'm sticking to it.
I will say that if you want to, ladies, if you want to go ahead of the game, $99. Get your man a session at Inception, Farmers Hills, Michigan. It's a mental health gym. Get your man the brain therapy. I think it's like $99. Get him a session right there. Spa treatment is good.
Oh yes.
Can never go wrong with that. Or just let them have a day where you just take them, just let them like take them out, do whatever you want, like from morning, breakfast, lunch, like just treat them.
I like that card game. Like I know it's old.
Oh, where you pick a
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I did that for somebody I used to date. I did that for his birthday, and we had a great time. Like, but the only thing was like planning it out. So you gotta like literally both of the places you gotta make a reservation for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially next, it's gonna be super fucking busy during that weekend too.
Yeah. So what about y'all?
Lions game for sure.
They ain't got no mic. Yeah.
What you want her to get you if you did have one?
Like you really gotta know the person that you dating. So
100%.
like for me, I'm real heavy into like cameras and shit like that. So like you can buy me some film for my film camera, or like shit, if you want to buy me a new camera, that shit like $2,000 if you feeling freaky. But shit, anything. If you feeling rich, shit. You really feel like popping that tag, but. Yeah, like he was saying, like video games and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just know the nigga that you dating. For real,
I think that's what it's about. Yeah, gotta know your person.
What about you?
See?
Ball up top gang. Go ahead.
Simple, man. Just honestly, I'm a little more simple. Just take a load off of me because I can buy whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Just a removal of a load. Like you said, like even tickets to games and stuff like that, or just paying when we go out to eat is, that's cool. I don't really need nothing. More of a want. You know what I'm saying? So more of the stuff I want, like you said, I could get it, but it's just taking a load. Even like you said, like the day type thing, just go out all day and have fun. Or just go to a game or something like that. Or even go to like a concert.
So you like an experience type of person. Like you like to...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you more so like not gifts. Like you like the experience.
Yeah, because you go get me something I ain't gonna like it, I'm gonna be irritated.
Yeah.
You feel me? like literally, like I ain't gonna like it. You will get something and I might not like it, and then I'll be irritated. I ain't saying that is the case. What I'm saying is you might get something I might not. I might have told you, but no, I might have just said.
He ain't getting shit. He ain't getting shit.
It wasn't even like that. I'm just saying.
What you say?
Something.
T-shirts, drawers, socks.
I'm glad.
That's a need.
I'm glad I could pause her
You
mic.
need
But
T-shirts, drawers,
anyways,
socks.
like I was saying, I'm gonna turn you down. Like I was saying, it's. I might have said something, mentioned something months ago, and you think like, all right, well, then you might get it, and I'll be like, oh, I already got something in place to that. So it's just like the gifting for me because I don't need nothing. What do you go buy me that I need to have outside of like socks and drawers?
Socks, drawers.
And that's an occasional purchase. Like you should get that anyway. So like I said, just doing stuff. I'd rather do something than get a gift.
So he wants to do something.
I will say one gift that I got that I really did appreciate it was my name was engraved on the Bible.
Now that's a beautiful gift. That's a beautiful gift.
That one was that was one probably top tier gifts right there.
That's a beautiful gift.
You know it's a dope gift though? Like it's a dope gift for anybody to get.
What?
Really? It's like a kind of like not necessarily.
Come on now.
It's hard to like split in words, but like anything that you know that I'm gonna really be able to hold on to and have,
timeless
you know what
gift.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like stuff that can last for a lifetime is like, or stuff that you can use every day. Like seriously, like honestly, I got a Stanley cup for like first one, and it was just like that
you
little
only
stuff
need
like
one.
that.
I love my stuff.
But it's just small stuff like that
boys.
can go bigger than anything. Things I can use every day, like stuff like that, like a backpack or stuff just like that, suitcases, anything, stuff like that is good gifts. Like stuff you can use on a day-to-day basis. Kind of the best gifts you can get, for real.
Well, I feel like my birthday, literally falls on Sweetest Day weekend every year. And I just feel like I shouldn't have to get my man nothing. Because it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Like, I'm
Okay,
like,
this is what
that
I feel.
so irritating. Like, and I will get you something in February, but I just
Okay,
like,
but this
on
how
my
this-
birthday, like, I don't want to get.
Simone.
I don't get him something on Valentine's Day.
Simone,
Like,
okay, this is what I think you should do in those types of cases. That
With the camera.
in those types of cases, I think Simone, for you should celebrate during your birthday, right? Like it's your birthday, that's your weekend.
Right.
The following weekend should be for
So I know.
whoever you're dating. You should do something special for him.
I mean, I do something every year, but I think it's stupid. Like, I just be like, I be irritated. And then damn near every Sweetest Day, I got a new nigga. So it's like, that's the irritating part too. It's like, what the fuck? And that was perfect. That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect.
Hey, wait, we not gonna skip past the part. She said, I got a new nigga every single day.
So I got a question. So would you rather your significant other's person's birthday be around Sweetest Day or Valentine's Day, or your birthday be around Sweetest Day or Valentine's Day?
Me?
So how you think you feel is like on other shit? Like mine on the other foot. You know what I'm saying?
My birthday is February 2nd, then Valentine's Day right after that. So
And then
you get
like
2
Christmas,
weekends.
and it's kind of
And
like,
then Christmas
you know what I'm
right
saying?
before that.
Turn.
I don't know. I just think it's just dumb to like have to spend money on somebody else on your birthday. Like, that's so stupid.
That's why I say you should do it the weekend after.
Probably you're right. I'd rather it be him because that's ridiculous. Like, but whatever. I guess I'll get something.
So, on the Girl What the Fuck podcast, we asked our guests to bring a story that's gonna make somebody say, "Girl, what the fuck?" So, do you got a bro what the fuck moment for us?
Oh, they got that dog on.
They
over
don't.
Yeah, this one is most recent. I fractured my face and broke my elbow
Where?
cycling.
You,
Riding my bike.
I can see a little.
Yeah, up under. Yeah,
Let
up
me
under.
see.
My left side a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like very. Don't do like that, no. But no, yeah, fracturing your face, definitely not fun. 0 out of 10 recommend. And then I had a radial fracture in my elbow, so I feel the discomfort. You just can't really see it anymore. So I was, I love to bike. Like I said, I do like at least 15, 30 miles when I do ride. So I didn't have a helmet on, unfortunately. So I was riding my bike, and honestly,
Supposed to wear that helmet though.
I ain't gonna lie. I'd be out here trying
Who
to
the fuck be wearing helmets when they bike? Be real.
I just be feeling like I look cooler without the helmet. And I'm bald, you feel me?
like,
Let me get it in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then when you break your face, it's like, oh yeah, that helmet probably would have kept. Yeah. So I was riding my bike. Then all I remember was I literally I blacked out because I hit.
What did you hit?
The pavement. Just
No, I'm saying like, what made you fall?
so
like,
I was
a rock?
I was going down like a steep hill. It was pavement, and then it was like a back road. It was like near Drake, from Bloomfield Hills area.
Who followed you?
Nobody. I was really by myself. I was going down. It was like a subdivision, and then it was like one of those little like valleys. So I was going downhill, and then in the distance, I could see that there was a bridge that I had to kind of like cross over to go back up the hill. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna go down this hill. I'm gonna ease into my brakes. That way, I don't flip over. That ain't work. So I was going down the hill, and next thing I remember was just black. And I just woke up, and then I was woke up like this, and I just seen like blood. I'm like, it was like my body was over here, the bike was right here, and I was just woke up like that. And I woke up, and I got up. I'm like, man, I just fell off the bike, and then when I realized how much blood was on there, I was like, oh no, I'm cooked right now. Like
So how did you get to the hospital?
Boom. Yo, shout out to God. Thank you for adrenaline. When that adrenaline kicked in, now unfortunately, this isn't my first rodeo when it comes to like experiencing like heavy pain and trauma, like physically, because I've been in car accidents because of being intoxicated. So like whether it was weed or alcohol. So I know I've had the feeling of like getting into an accident and like the whiplash or whatever. Mm-hmm. So when adrenaline kicked in, I'm like, okay, I'm really messed up. Nobody could see me because I was on like it was like a grassy area where the trail was. So I had to literally get up, went to the freeway, and I literally called 911. I'm like, hey, I'm over here at the subdivision. I found like the first subdivision I seen. I just like stood right there. I called them. I said, I'm over here. And Oakland Hills, they don't play. They was over there quick. So I'm glad I was in the Bloomfield area. They came and then they was like, what happened? I tell them like, I just smacked out like my bike over there. And they're like, yeah, you got a gash on your head. They kept it so cool. If I show you the pictures, I probably like off camera, but like the pictures of me when I was in the hospital, oh yeah, I look like I got my ass whooped. Like yeah. And even when I post like the little funny video, somebody thought I got jumped. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Like
That's
I was
fucking crazy.
I had like a gash over my, you can still see like the gash over my eye. But yeah, the worst part was like my jaw because the impact from the facial fractures, it caused like nerve damage. Mm-hmm. So like after the accident, I couldn't. Yeah, did I delete him?
Just got to recently delete it. That's what I got on my boyfriend.
Symone, bro, I swear to God, what the fuck?
So this was like right afterwards, like the gash in my eye. Yeah. But then once the swelling started, I was trying to delete it. That was literally after the stitches.
Time is it?
Yeah, but 4 doses of morphine. Yeah.
It was bad then.
Yeah, because when you have head trauma, you can't go to sleep. So I had like head trauma, 3 facial fractures. Didn't even know my elbow was broken till the lady tried to like start. Man, the nurses there's low key kind of mean. So I didn't know my elbow was broke.
What was you at?
Henry Ford Hospital, Bloomfield. Yeah, they took care of it. Was just them 2 nurses. They was taking my shoes off, and then you know what I'm saying. It was like, okay, we gotta take. I'm like, all right, cool. Then they just yanked on my shoes. I'm like, I had on the with some Iversons, where like the gloves, the step overs, where you have to like, you have to zip them up and then everything. She's trying to like take my shoe off. I'm like, you gotta like unzip it. She's like, well, don't get angry with us. I'm like, oh, here she go.
Was it one of them nurses with like a shake and go wig, or was it one of them young nurses with the giblets in their Crocs?
I think they had the giblets.
Oh yeah,
she was white too.
I was gonna say, was she a Karen?
No, that was my.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to get up and call 911 because
everybody when I tell the story, they like, you called. I'm like, I'm not about to sit here in pain.
I said, how you get to the hospital? Because it's like, what?
It was literally nobody. It was this one car. I never forget. It was one car that looked at me. They just kept rolling. I'm like, damn. I'm leaking. I'm like,
hell, I'm in West Bloomfield.
I'm thinking they gonna be. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give somebody.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm calling the cops.
I know somebody seen you.
I hope they did.
They're not right.
You know, people be like, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with me. That's what's wrong with Detroit.
Yeah, sad.
They mind their own business. I do too, though. But I wouldn't do that.
I do too, though. I remember this one time I did actually see, it was so crazy. Me and my boyfriend was riding down Woodward. And I seen this fucking, no, it was just me. I was riding around Woodward. And then I seen the fucking guy fall off his damn bike. I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, oh my God, I see somebody fall off their bike. He's somebody just keep driving. I said, he just fell. I should turn around. No, just keep driving.
Yeah.
He fell hard as fuck. I'm like, oh my God, I hope he's okay.
Everything is set up.
So when you get over there, I need it. I need everything.
I felt bad for the guy. I'm like, oh shit, he ain't had no helmet on.
Everything is a setup.
Definitely recommend wearing a helmet.
Definitely not.
Hey, can I tell you a story though? That was you saying that. This is quick. It's quick.
Real quick.
So we downtown one night. This had to be pre-COVID. So this was maybe 2018, 2019 or whatever. And we walking out of floods. So you know behind floods, the Blue Cross little building, you can go through that little alleyway, but you can't drive, but you can walk across to the to the gas station, to the speedway. You can walk directly across. So one day we leaving there, we walking, I don't know why we was walking, I don't know why we went that way. Walking that way, we see a girl like trying to fight this dude off. Like he was trying to rob her or rape her, I don't know. So you just hear him scream, and at the time, it was a lot of homeless people down there still. That was before they cleaned it up like that.
Yeah.
So we walking, and you could hear it scream, and you could see it from across the distance. So when my homeboy is like, yeah, we need to, hey, well, leave her alone. He kept screaming it. Dog, yeah, man, fuck you. Blah, blah. Oh, it's a white guy. And it's a white chick. So I'm like, let's just mind our business, but ain't got nothing to do with us. It's going about the way. When other people walking down, somebody else was walking that way, went over there. My man came around the corner. Put the empty your pockets. Put your
That's
hand.
crazy.
We seen all of this. By the time we look it back, I'm like, oh, he got the gun on, dog. Then old girl dropped her bag and put the other gun on him.
Wow.
So all
Set
three
up
of them
with
had
floods.
it.
Damn,
It wasn't even that floods. It was right behind the gas station. Right behind
That's
the gas
actually
station.
crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Which was crazy.
This
That's
is exactly
crazy.
what I do, Mama.
3 white people.
And this is why you guys need to bring protection everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
No matter if it's a pum, a spray, or you know, just you need to get you some
I
type
keep
of
my little
protection.
spray.
I seen GT. He had that real pocket rocket.
He
He had a good tutu.
put 2 bullets in there. My barber got one. he keep about the clippers. This is a little boy. You put 2 little bullets. Put 2 bullets in there. It's about this big.
Yeah, that's all you need sometimes.
You keep them off you for a second.
Man, that's all you need.
Well, I'm glad
Who
you're here
knows?
to tell your story about falling off that damn bike. Because I'm glad you're here. Because what the fuck, that's insane.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me.
Mr. Duffy, I just want to thank you for coming on to the Girl What the Fuck podcast.
Thank you all. Appreciate
Thank
y'all.
you.
I
It's
really
fun.
feel like you shared a bunch of good
lot.
information for people.
Yeah, I'm glad I did.
And I really feel like people are going to listen to it and be like, wow, I should probably get myself checked. I relate to a lot of the things that he said. So like, you know, I really feel like you've inspired some people to, you know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, saying y'all Duffy.
So where can people find you?
Instagram and Twitter, and so Instagram, Twitter, and my YouTube is Mr. Duffy. So it's MRDUFF 3 Ys, and then I think my TikTok is Mr. Duffy 1998. So those are like the main 3 platforms that I'm on. Same thing, like Threads is automatically connected to my Instagram. So yeah, other than that, you want to catch me on LinkedIn, Andre D. Nichols II. But, yeah, that's my socials.
Did you have a question? Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you for coming on. And
Appreciate
thank
y'all.
you guys for watching the
Thank
Girl
you
What the
for
Fuck
watching.
podcast, where we're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in this bullshit that we call life. You can follow us on Instagram at girlwtf.podcast and TikTok at girlwtf.podcast. You can listen to us on all streaming platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts at Girl WTF Podcast, or you can watch us here on YouTube at Girls WTF Podcast. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and make sure that you wear a helmet when you ride the bike.
And make sure you get your man something nice for
And
Sweetest
eat you some
Day,
snacks.
And eat some snacks.